Hey everyone, this is Run They Got Guns. Today is Tuesday, March 14th, 2017. We're going to go ahead and get episode, I believe this is 39. First and foremost, let me apologize for not doing an episode in the past few days. I've been metal pushing pretty hard. I want to make it into gold for sure. In this episode, basically what I'm going to cover, if you're already, familiar with the game and you're not new to the channel, but this basically is a start to finish type of episode. I'm not going to get into any live attacks. I'm basically just going to give my advice on which weapons and which troops to get from start basically to finish, at least up until now, until they do the next update. So we're going to go all the way back to the beginning and just give an overview of my opinions on what to get and when to get it. Let me go ahead and show you. Well, you can see at the top left of your screen. But anyway, as far as the player league goes, I am number 4 in Squad War. We had a lot of issues with our squad, so now we're number 2 instead of number 1. But they got fixed finally. Oh yes, that's another thing. We are recruiting active players. So if you want to be a part of Hell's Angels, we have about 5 spots open. We had to kick so many people because they were inactive. And like I said, our squad had a problem. If you had requested to join, say a week ago, or if you were scouted a week ago and you got the okay, our squad barely got fixed. I believe it was last night, so we can't accept new members. So if you would like to join, just request to join or leave me a comment in the comment section, and I'll do my best to get my squad to scout you as soon as possible. All right. So say you're new to the game, starting out. Let's start first with your army. Well, I mean, if you've been with my channel, as you can see, I basically have most of the basic troops, I have a shotgunner, which you start with, I think. Infantry, which you start with. I believe you start with a sniper soldier. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe also you start with a machine gunner. I just switched him for the Cobra. And what else do you start with? Oh, the paratrooper, I believe. Or that's the first one that you can purchase. Okay, so basically, when you start the game, of course, you start with those 6 troops. One definite purchase that I suggest, most definitely, and that's still one of my favorite units, is the drone. Reason being, the special upgrade, the special ability, when you upgrade it, it makes it indestructible. Like I said, it's the only unit that I've seen so far that withstands an airstrike. Not only that, but they fire down right over the swap troopers' shields, so they're very, very good anti-swap trooper troops. Not only that, but defenders automatically target rushers, so if they have any swap troopers, that's what they'll shoot at first, okay? So basically, that's pretty much it. Let me go and show you my army. I have the shotgunner, the infantry, the sniper, the bazooka trooper, the drone, the Cobra, swap trooper, and I have this one upgraded all the way to tier 5, my grenadier, okay? So in my personal opinion, you're pretty good with this particular army. A lot of high league players and other people like the Orca, which is also a good buy. I just don't use it. I try to stick with the smallest mechanical units. Reason being is what I've said it before. They create a high profile. What the profile means is they're very, very large. It is virtually impossible to miss mechanical units like the Orca, the Predator, the Humvee, the Titan. They're all very, very big, okay? So pretty much if you stick with this army, in my personal opinion, and like I said, upgrade the special abilities as soon as possible. One thing that, a lot of people do use also is the buggy, which, it is, a lot of people use it. I just particularly don't, because you can only deploy one buggy. Let me go ahead and show you, my bazooka trooper is at level 36, but let me just go ahead and give you the info here. Shot damage is 454, okay? So if you click on the buggy, its shot damage is 622, which is more, but you can only deploy one buggy at a time, as opposed to the bazooka troopers, which you can deploy 2 at a time, okay? And like I said, if you deploy multiple troops, sometimes they come from separate sides of the screen, so it's very hard to kill all of them, as opposed to mechanical units like the buggy. It takes all fire, you just it's virtually impossible to miss. Also, sometimes you miss with the rocket if you fire too fast, or also I've seen rockets pass through them. It's just a glitch. But other than that, the larger mechanical units, it's virtually impossible to miss. Sometimes you miss with a rocket on the Orca, and I'll go ahead and explain that now. Don't tap all the way at the top of your screen. Tap a little bit down and you'll for sure hit it with a rocket. I don't miss it anymore, or virtually hardly ever. That is also a glitch. But okay, that's basically the starting army. And like I said, well, you guys can see in the top left part of your screen, I'm at level 38. And let me go ahead and show you. I still have a 4.0 win-loss, which isn't great, but I mean, come on, at level 38 with the army that I have, that's pretty good. And if I didn't just stand there and shoot, because I like to just, go toe-to-toe, I like to take out vehicles and other units as fast as I possibly can. So if I moved from incoming fire more, I would last longer. But hey, that's just my style. I'm just hard-headed that way. In my career, let me go and show you. I've only played this game for 6 days and 15 hours and 28 minutes. As I told you guys before, I have only spent $121. Some people even in my squad have spent a lot of money. Like, wow. But hey, I consider it cheap entertainment. $100 lasts a long time and goes a long way, in my personal opinion. And I might spend a little bit more money because I definitely want to get the Rhino. I definitely think that is an upgrade. So as you can see, I've completed 58 missions out of 60 as far as Warpath, 149 stars out of 180. My accuracy on Warpath is 67. Accuracy over here is 72. It's going up, so it's not too bad. All right, so basically starter army, that's basically what I would suggest. Drone is a definite must buy. Swap trooper is a definite must buy. A bazooka trooper, I believe you start with. No, the grenadier you start with. Bazooka trooper is a must buy. That's just my opinion. Now as we go into these higher level troops, the Rhino, don't have it yet, and I haven't seen it in action, but just based on the shot damage, look at the shot damage is 1478.2, and the energy cost is only 2, so you can deploy 2 of them. That is these things are beasts in my personal opinion. Also, I believe the Crusher is a must buy. Again, you can deploy 2 of them, and these are mechanical. Pretty sure they're mechanical units. They're not a troop. So basically, that'll round out, because in your army you can only have 3 mechanical units to select from. So that'll be my third one. I have the drone, the Cobra, and the Crusher will be my last mechanical unit. As I did tell you guys in a previous video, though, the armored Humvee has the most. The max unit power, it's the strongest one, 6595. When you upgrade it, it does have that second missile out the back that shoots at flying troops, which is pretty awesome. It does. I think it misses. I don't know if it misses or it hits sometimes, but it doesn't do so much damage. I don't know. In my personal battles, I've seen it a couple times. Also, that's another thing. My drones, they're indestructible, so this thing can missile it all you want, as long as they're cloaked and won't do any damage. So basically, end game, I would say my troops, what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the bazooka trooper with the Rhino, and I'm going to replace my sniper with this Crusher. And that's going to be my final army, I'm pretty sure. I don't know about the Warper switching it out for the Shotgunner, but I'll just think of that. But definitely Rhino and Crusher are must-buys in my personal opinion, and that's later on in the game, and that's end game. Alright, so weapons. I'm going to go ahead and let's go through primary first. Of course, you start the game with, the Cavalier. Okay, that is a pretty good gun, and you can use that all the way up until the Piranha is available. Once the Piranha is available, I suggest you buy the Piranha. After the Piranha, you can go ahead and buy the Captain, and you can stay with the Captain for quite some time, just max it out. I did not max mine out because I purchased the Hornet after the Captain, which is a gold gun, which was a top tier gun, but now they have three more tier guns. As far as primary goes, I'm going to stick with my Hornet and max it out. I might go with the Heartbreaker. I might, but that's also after I purchase my units. I'm going to save my gold up for that, or the Scorcher, simply because large machine guns do a lot of damage. You can shoot at tanks and mechanical units, and they don't miss as long as it's a big one, So that shoots through mechanical units pretty good. The only thing that really does suck is the magazine is 64. I'm sorry, the magazine right now is 42 on a Scorcher, and the magazine, even starting on a Pig, is 50. So you take a little bit of a magazine loss, but the shot damage starting is better. 193 starting for the Pig, as opposed to 233 starting for the Scorcher. So basically, that's for the primary weapons. You know, like I said, you start with Cavalier, which is good until you can purchase the Piranha. Then I suggest you purchase the Piranha. After the Piranha, go with the Captain. And after the Captain, you can make your choice on which type of gun you want to use. If you want to use an assault rifle, submachine gun, or a light machine gun, really the choice is yours. And I've gone over the differences on those in another video. For special goes, basically what I used was I used a couple of sniper rifles, but then I don't know, I just thought it took too long to reload and not enough weapons. So I used the Italian. I stayed with the Italian until I bought the Striker, because that was the best shotgun. I skipped all, well, it was only two in the middle. It was the Stallion and the Wolf, which both, you know, I would skip anyway. But now that they have a sawed-off, that might be a good intermediary until you go with something higher, you know, sawed off, and then you could choose either the Blackhand or the Madman. Now, the Madman has a higher capacity magazine, which I think in the end will ultimately have it with more total ammo. That's just my opinion. It sucks that they don't show you the max total ammo. They both have the total ammo the same when you start, and of course the shot damage is far greater on the Blackhand, but I don't know, like I said, I think the Madman with a larger magazine might have more total ammo at the end. So that's basically for special, you know. If you want to go with sniper, a lot of people use the Defender, you know, and just max it out, and then save either for the Destroyer and or the Headhunter, which the Destroyer has one extra shot, which, I mean, like I said, in my personal opinion, more ammo is always better. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not a sniper by any means, ways, or anything like that. So that's just my opinion. All right, let's go to explosive. You start off the game, I believe it is with the GRP-1. I purchased grenades. I purchased the Deformer just because sometimes they give you daily assignments, you know, to kill people with a grenade. So the Frag and the Deformer are fine, in my personal opinion. You can have the Deformer and max it out until you make a choice of whether to get the Cocktail or the Fire Starter, which they both have the same max ammo, so I would just save for the Fire Starter, in my personal opinion. If you like rocket launchers like I do, I had the GPR-1, then I bought the Boomstick, and I stayed with the Boomstick for quite some time until I went with Fangs of Doom. So Boomstick is good up until at least level 30, 35, you know, as long as you have some pretty strong troops, and then you can decide whether you want to purchase the Fangs of Doom and or the Hater, which, let me go and show you. The Hater has a starting damage of 1308, and I've already upgraded my Fangs of Doom a little bit, and it's 1138 for shot damage. Both have the total ammo of 7 to start off with, and both have a max of 10. So, you know, in my personal opinion, just go ahead and save for the Hater. All right, handguns. You basically start with the Agents. I purchased the Classic 9 and the Chief, and the Chief is working out pretty good. You know, people honestly don't use a handgun too much, so you can stay with the Chief for some time and just upgrade it. I'm going to get all of my other guns to max, and then I'm going to max this one out too. I'm going to stick with it for as long as I possibly can. So basically there it is. Weapons from start to finish, troops from start to finish, as far as which ones you should get in my personal suggestions. And that's it. I'm going to go ahead and end the episode with that. Remember that we are recruiting, so if you have sent a request to get in, or if you want an invite, just comment in the comment section, and I'll be sure that we get you scouted as soon as possible. Remember, the most important thing is to stay calm and war on. I'll talk to you guys later.